in the early years for me too, is like I would make the mistake of like reaching out to get this, and this. But if you could just keep your head down and just craft, a manager will come, an agent will come, your tour will come, you'll get the colleges, the cruise ships, and you'll make a lot of money.
I feel like when they come, you don't need them. Like
Exactly.
I feel like they came because you have something that they can take from you. I see people doing music being independent much more because of streaming revenue. So if you get 1 million streams, it's like $4,000 a month. You don't even need to do shows at that point.
Yeah.
And saying fuck a record deal, fuck a label, because let me just keep all the money.
Before that, I think we need to get some coasters that are actually soft, because I just saw Yetta ever so gingerly put his cup down so not to make any noise whatsoever, and I appreciate that.
Very thoughtful,
but you know what? Maybe we need to take that into account and get some soft ass coasters for our table.
An American black man would have slammed that.
Yeah. Yeah, velvety one. Suede.
Day 93 under the dome. With necessities growing dangerously low, who knows what spark will set off this powder keg? I can't take another minute in the stove!
First of its kind, the first dome anywhere.
Dome with Bamfomania, folks, the world's greatest freestyle rap and comedy podcast. We have some special guests, Frankie Marcos and Yetta.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Frankie. We connected on Instagram. I forget how. I think didn't you DM me about a shirt?
Yeah, I got a random.
What's up with that? I don't understand. What's up with that?
I post polls a lot because it gets a lot of engagement, and then I was like, anybody want some merch? And then you said yes, and I was like, oh, what can I get you? And you're like, I'll take a hoodie. You want to do my podcast too?
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay.
Dave is always looking for free stuff. Son of a bitch.
Well, I don't think it was free. I think you were
No,
selling
it was
merch.
$6,000. Yeah.
So I
do installment plans.
I was short $5,900. I was short, so we took a rain check on that. But we appreciate you guys coming in. Frankie's a fucking comedian and our first Mexican Filipino comedian on the podcast, so this is a big moment for us.
Are you sure he's our first?
I don't think we've had other Mexican Filipinos.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had any.
Not openly Mexican
We haven't
Filipino.
had comedians technically either.
You've probably had like 6 trillion Mexicans, but no Mexican and Filipino.
We've had a bunch of Mexicans on. Honestly,
Yeah, see?
there's too many of them. And
Honestly, too many Mexicans.
Our first
we need
Australian.
to tone down the amount of Mexicans we have.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Are you
First
Australian?
Aussie.
Or are you just from Australia?
I'm from Australia.
Damn, dude.
Oh man, the accent is very light. I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping it'd be heavy, full Steve Irwin.
Just do it for them. Do it.
Maybe I might want to save it for later. Maybe I'll crank it out later.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
Thanks. I got validation
You're
from a guy
all right,
who's
mate.
Australian.
You're all right, mate.
Frankie has a good one though.
Yo,
hear it.
well, let's just do the rest of the pod like this. Then, man.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Come on, Dave. You could do one, can't you?
I can't. No, I'm not doing it.
Just say cunt.
Cunt.
There we go. Yeah.
Cunt.
But you say cunt like can't.
Cunt.
I found
Cunt.
I can't.
I got to this level of expertise on the accent just by watching Australian news, and just sort of repeating what they said back to me. So it's easy to do, Dave. Come on,
Australian
you could
news. He means a Aussie porn star.
Yeah.
That's why I mosely know. Oh God.
I've been watching
Right
a lot
there.
of breaking news lately. How long have you been doing comedy, Frankie?
10 years.
10 years. That's a solid number right there.
Yeah, it's a special number because I feel like at 10 you kind of start finding your voice, quote unquote. And hey,
Yo, been doing comedy a decade. Yeah, now I get paid. Every time I hear the beat, I just slay. Yeah, I swear I don't play. I don't know if he knew that we were gonna rap today. Okay,
Yo, been doing comedy for a decade plus. Before that, I was just another face on the bus. You know I'm over here, yeah, I make them crack up. Yeah, they bust out laughing. Yeah, you know you can't, that's tough.
Yeah, make him crack up. Doing crack and stuff. Yeah, it's tough when I'm fucking on the bluff. Fucking.
I mean, we gotta get some raps from our comedian pals that are on the pod, son.
I don't know,
Every time, yo, it would be awesome. You know they got some improv chops, son.
we got some improv chops and some pork chops. Bitch, I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to snort mas. Get some cocaine from a bad chick. Give a fuck about the rest. She a bad bitch.
Just made a banger in like 2 seconds.
Straight
Hell
up with
yeah.
the Spanish immediately, dude.
That's what I'm talking
Out
about.
the gate, mijo.
Okay.
Pretty good, dude. Next time, I need you to just come in off the top. So, but usually, the beginning is difficult. So I feel like we're starting off at a decent baseline.
There's a warm up period for
Yeah,
sure. It's palpable.
Okay, comedy for a decade. What was the beginning like? Was it just very sad open mics and shit like that?
Of course. By the way, it feels like low-key 5 fingers of death just because I haven't dusted off the freestyle cobwebs in a hot minute.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, damn, it's been so long. But anyway, yeah, the beginning part is like my first set. My homie Rodney, he's a world-ranked chef. So he told me at work, what the fuck are you doing here running food? Like, you should be doing comedy, clearly.
Oh, so you were a funny guy off the top.
Yeah, I got most funny in middle school and high school. I knew it since elementary. It's what I wanted to do, you know?
Okay, so it's been a lifelong calling.
Yeah, and I've been a lifelong pussy not doing it until I turned 22, you know?
Bombing is a terrible... I've bombed at like a shitty open mic. I think bombing at an open mic is even sadder than bombing in front of a real audience because...
Well, yeah, the people at the open mic are almost there. They sort of... they cheer you on even if you suck, because everyone in the audience is also a comedian just waiting for their turn.
So if you're not good enough for them even to be positively motivating you, it's super sad. So
Yeah.
comedy is one of the few things, I think it's similar to music, that makes you feel so good when it goes well, and it actually makes you feel homicidal when it goes poorly. I would have been better off just not hearing any comedy than hearing bad comedy. After hearing bad comedy, I'm like, well, now I'm worse.
Yeah.
I came to feel better, and I'm actually worse than I was when I first entered. My baseline has reduced.
Yeah. Performing bad stand-up is like you have a flaccid dick the whole time.
Oh, yeah. And
you
there's a hot
feel
chick
that.
just in front of you.
That's why
This doesn't happen. I swear to God, this doesn't happen.
that's why I always take Viagra before I do a tight 5.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's what I call my girlfriend's pussy.
You guys, okay. I wonder if that's a compliment. It's a 5.
It's
Tight
tight.
5,
Is that-
that's a
is that
compliment.
I heard
5 out
tight,
of
and I was
5?
like, yeah. Something
Yeah,
like that.
it always gets you done in 5 minutes. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
I think.
5 minutes would be like 5 times longer than I usually last.
Damn, he flexing.
Wow, all right.
He flexing.
Yeah, bro. I got to get my numbers up. Jeez. You guys are both comedians?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm since we're on the topic of it, I wouldn't mind hearing about a historical bomb, like a bomb that changed your life, if you got one. Like, I'm a big fan of those stories.
I got a Chinese scroll of all the bombs that I got. One of my favorite bombs was I got booked to do a performance at a book fair flex, and
Scholastic?
yeah, I
get the
wish
free Pizza Hut
I wish,
pizza?
yeah, not even that high. It was like some guy promoting his book, and the guy is a little spectrum-y, if I'm being honest. And
All right. Yeah, David worked for Spectrum.
nice, fuck yeah.
It's not good.
On the spectrum, yeah, you know me, and it's awesome. Yeah, neurological me. I'm neurodivergent. Yo, you know it's urgent for me to hop on the beat and get it like a surgeon.
Yo, what's awesome about autism is, I take it like a catechism. Yeah, I'm a fucking spaz. Neurodivergent like my dad. It's not that bad.
It's
You
not
got
that bad
autism?
having ADHD. Yeah,
Nope.
they try to play me like MP3s, but I went back in like DVDs. It's Kendrick on the beat. Give a fuck
damn.
about me. I'm about to get up in her cheeks.
Bro, got some impressions. I'm damn impressed with. Yo, that's a first, bitch. God damn. You got autism? Well, me, I got gyatism. Yeah, listen, it's for free. David almost broke his damn chair just now. Maybe you should latch in the freaking...
I thought it was latched in. Dude, your Kendrick is on.
Yeah, dude.
I appreciate that, Fambo.
All right, dude. So he's going to do the rest of the episode as Kendrick. I'll be Australian. And David, what can you do? What can you do, David?
I'll impersonate a not funny Middle Eastern guy. It's Kendrick from the High Power days.
Yeah.
That Kendrick.
Section 80. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That was impressive. I'm taken aback.
Yeah,
honestly,
I
I
just
need a minute.
dropped my best I could do a lot of rappers, Drake, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, but Kendrick is the best one.
Okay,
Bro,
so you came in with your clothes.
It felt appropriate. Yeah. I'm trying to tank the rest of the show. That's the goal.
It would be low key though. It would be pretty impressive if if a beat that's coming along. I don't know which one, but if it sounds like Drake, maybe try it. I want to hear it. I want to hear some of these impressions.
There's a Drake type beat in there coming up. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Damn,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I can already hear it.
what about you know
bomb?
you were gonna tell the bomb story. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it was a book for $100. I pull up to the school or the book fair, and so the place where I'm performing, there's a panel with like 6 people, and they're talking about saving the environment. So a very serious audience of like 40 people.
Yeah.
So I'm up after them. I gotta follow Nobility, and
Nobility is a guy, a group.
No, like that should be their name, but they're the noble people that are trying to save the planet.
the nobility. I get
Yeah,
it.
the
Okay.
Nobility.
What?
I thought this was like a group.
It sounds like it.
It already
does.
sounds like
Nobility is playing at the Kia Forum this
Yeah.
weekend.
for
Yeah.
that like self-titling your organization or group. That it doesn't sound like a good environment for comedy already.
No. So they're talking about saving the planet, and then I go up after them. And after they're done, the audience leaves. There's like 4 people left.
Okay,
that's what you want.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
start doing my stuff, and there's like a 12-year-old girl, and she starts heckling, like, when are you going to start being funny? I was like, your mom doesn't love you. Your parents,
Oh, yeah.
like, just right to the throat. Like, I'm trying to rip out her
Yeah,
throat.
you're not one of these classy guys
No.
who deals with a heckler.
A 12-year-old heckler
no.
is crazy. That's a psychopath. That's a future something.
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
No, you know what's funny
Yeah.
is that a lot of kids are cute, but most of them aren't.
Right.
And these 12-year-olds fucking suck. So I get it, bro.
Yeah,
Getting-
fuck 12-year-olds.
Getting in fuck 12 year
Literally.
Yeah.
Epstein's Island.
Damn, David. Come
Sorry,
on.
So she
At
goes-
least he's being topical.
Yeah, so check this out. On top of that, she's heckling, I'm just talking shit. And then while that's happening, they get over the loudspeaker and they go, "We have a missing child. His name is Jordan. He's wearing a white shirt with sharks on it."
It was
I'm like,
the
what
it was
the
the it was
fuck
the
is going
12-year-old
on?
at the front.
I wish it was. I'm like, I wish they would have kidnapped you,
Yo.
bitch. I wish it was
That
you.
would have been good. You could have been like, I wish that was you on
Yeah.
the thing.
They found the kid. Nothing happened, by the way.
That's funny. You can't. There's no like coming back at a 12-year-old really very effectively. 'Cause
Right.
no matter what, I feel like you look like the bad guy.
Right, because you can't keep it together. You
it-
can't be the bigger man.
Especially if you're already bombing, because for all you know, the rest of the audience agrees with this 12-year-old. They're adults and they have the wherewithal not to not to be like, "Yo, you suck."
Well, I think that's a weird thing about the early days of stand-up is doing stand-up in places that aren't meant for stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, you're so desperate to get on stage
Mm-hmm.
those beginning years that you fucking will take anything. And it's similar to music. At the beginning days of trying to be a rapper, it's embarrassing. You don't want anybody to know that you're doing it, but you need to promote yourself, and then you need to get on stage. It's not as important to get on stage as a musician. In fact, it's almost self-serving as a musician the earliest days to get on stage because you could just get better in your fucking house. But getting on stage for 4 people is such a humbling experience.
Yeah.
And I think it's harder to make 4 people laugh than 40.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you have more odds of there being a few in the 40. So the fact that you have to do these shitty rooms is so demoralizing.
If you only have 4 people in the crowd, I feel like you might as well be on Zoom. Yo, there's barely any people in this motherfucking room. Yo, I might as well be doing this shit from home. Yeah, you know, welcome to the podcast called Dome.
Shit, I could fucking get 4 people as an Uber driver. I make these ladies laugh and I'm alive, sir. Yeah, I got a laugh from an old hag and now I feel great. I'm gonna move back to Baghdad.
Move back to Baghdad and hit a granny from the back.
Yup.
I'm about to hit that shit, replace her hips and give her a heart attack.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm fucking with her to jazz. Bitch, fuck you and your dad.
Fuck your dad, I don't like that dude.
Fuck
and
him.
I'm saying this shit and I don't mean to be rude. But if you come to my show, you better bring like 2 people at least because I'm not trying to be screwed.
Fighting grannies, snorting Plan B. Yeah, you
Hey.
know, that's not what the Plan B.
Snorting Plan B, man. Some women are gonna feel that. You know what I mean? in the heart.
Banging a line of Plan B
Bang.
probably wouldn't work, but I like the thought of it. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That's before you go out in Vegas, you do that shit.
yeah, snort a plant. I feel like that's some shit that Theo Von would say. I feel like he says weird shit that doesn't make any sense in passing. I feel like that's a.
You know how like it's kind of widely known that Steve Jobs used to just pull up his car to like just the front of the building and let it get towed, and then he would just take the ticket and pay for it or whatever. I wonder if there are some people like that with Plan B. They're just like, yeah, whatever, I got you here. They come to the girl's house with the pill, and they're just like toss it at them after they're done. Yeah, just take this, we're good. Bye.
And then they just start nutting everywhere.
Well, the nutting has already happened. I
Oh,
assume.
okay.
Unless that would be
You give the Plan B pre-nut.
That's crazy.
If she
David.
accepts the Plan B, now I'm clear to nut. I'm nutting on the couch.
What is this? It's Plan B. I'm gonna nut it. That's the bottom line. So I bought this for you.
Damn, that's romantic.
No, yeah, we're gentlemen.
Well, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I wanted to say I'm open. Ladies out there that are listening, our many female listeners, hit me up. I need a Valentine.
They must get hella hyped like to sell Plan B around Valentine's Day. Like they probably crush it, and then after February, it's like the spirit store. Like they don't sell shit anymore.
Yeah, that's like their high season.
The day after Valentine's, the Plan B is all 50% off.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Plan B is the cost. It's too expensive. I think you drop $50 on a pill. If you got the cost of Plan B down to $10,
dude,
I would just be fucking. That would be. It fucks with you too much.
Get it to match the Molly prices, and you'll be slanging.
Yeah. Just have them mix them.
Yeah.
Molly and Plan B. They need to positively reward the abortionist behavior.
We got a new business. Trademark that bitch.
Oh, now we need is to legalize Molly.
Well, now I'm thinking that there is probably a market for selling Plan B as, under the table. I'd like you could undercut the pharmacies by just $20. Sell it for 20 instead of 40, and boom,
dude,
you're slinging Plan B.
They got Plan B in Australia. Thank God.
What was there anything different about it? Like they got flavors?
It's upside down or something. I don't know.
What about the abortion industry in Australia? They got Planned Parenthood over there?
No, they don't.
Yeah, tell him about. He
Really?
was telling me hella shit like that's way different out there. Like we were talking about the 70-30. Tell him about that.
What's a 70-30?
Like when they like divorce and all that.
Oh yeah, single moms. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Single moms get like a lot of money
Fuck, dude.
from the government.
That's sick.
A lot.
Tell
him like.
Give us some numbers.
Really?
Around like $1K a fortnight.
So that's like $7.
I can't
G
believe you
every
just said
2 weeks.
Fortnite. Yo, that is so. That's
Dude,
authentic, right there.
$2,000 a month
Yeah.
per kid. So they're having like 3 kids on purpose. 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. They're just
So
4 kids now, y'all.
Giving birth.
5 kids now,
So
y'all.
the government's your sugar daddy, basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's we have something similar in America for sure. But I wonder if that's like, is that kind of the vibe? Is it usually the like underprivileged, the more poor folks that are taking advantage of that? And is that like,
absolutely, yeah.
That's kind of how it is out here
When
too, for sure.
When he said that his friend was Australian, I assumed you were white.
White, yeah. Everyone does.
What the fuck is up with that, dude? I didn't know there were black people in Australia.
No one does. No one did. I swear to God. Everyone thinks it's a white dude.
I've seen enough Australian media to know that there's a few black fellas in Australia.
Yeah.
Blokes. What
Asian too.
There's Asians in Australia?
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's immigration. People fucking immigrate to
Yeah.
Australia and then they live there and then they're Australian.
No Latinos though.
I'm
None.
Palestinian.
You're Palestinian?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
It is pretty cool.
There's some Middle Eastern people too.
Oh, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Like most of the barbers are.
No, yeah, they're like cockroaches,
Middle East.
dude.
Yeah,
We're
the barbers are the Dominicans.
Hey, Kucha Way, let me line you up real quick, fool. And then, I'm gonna feel real good. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kucha, hermano, gonna eat some tacos and then walk out of here feeling cubano.
Thank God David can at least do an impression of a Cuban man. Like,
yeah,
goddamn, yo. But, he can't do that Australian. If I was at the barber, I need lined up, friend.
Line me up, man. Line up these hoes. I'm about to fuck them hoes at the club, yo.
Damn.
Break that back. Break them hips. Break your whole spine, bitch. Finish her.
Damn.
Escúchame, compa, I'm in Australia. Eating on a bitch, Azalea. That white girl with the ass. Oh, yeah, she look good real fast.
Azalea. I prefer Azalea Banks. What you think, yo? 212. Yo, that shit it doesn't stank. It's actually pretty good. Yo, I don't know. I lost it.
That shit don't smell. Oh, here we go. All right, we're back.
Saved by the fade.
Thank God. I forget that Iggy Azalea is Australian.
Well, yeah, because she's doing a weird ass black voice.
Yeah,
That is a little strange.
A full career off of a black accent is crazy. That's like.
Well, no, it's black scent. It's black scent with the butt lift. So like, if she was just a flat ass, the black scent wouldn't work. But because she got the butt, it's like, shit, I'll let this black scent
Did you
slide.
say it's not natural? I thought it was.
I don't think is it natural?
The
I
butt?
think it is, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's natural. A lot of people like to claim BBL, but like they're ignoring those genetics, you know. Some
Okay,
people,
well,
they just got that.
regardless, I'm saying a lady with a fat ass can do literally anything. She could be a Nazi, and I'd be like, I'm still gonna hit it.
You think there were any like Nazis that could get it?
I think I've heard some.
Definitely.
Hey, you think
You
Ava
could call me a
Braun?
beaner while
Ava
I hit
Braun
it.
had a dumper.
I prefer that.
Yeah. I can't nut unless you call me a beaner.
Oh, you must have been dating Amy Schumer. I guess.
Yeah.
I make my girl call me the N-word every time we're having sex.
Do you guys watch racist porn?
Racist porn.
Oh, that's a category?
Oh
shit.
You talking about like race play stuff where like the
racist porn.
You're talking about blacked.com?
No.
not featuring another race, but I think you mean like
racist,
like slave play or something, or like
You're just talking about...
okay.
What?
I don't watch it. I'm just saying it's there.
I know it
That's wild.
exists. That's got to be a level of depravity. First of all, to be a viewer, but also to be the person participating.
I feel
in
like
it.
it's the oppressed race that is probably enjoying the porn. Usually.
Oh, you think
Yes.
so?
Yeah.
It's like how some women have rape fantasies.
I feel like it's some racist white guy that's
No, I don't.
Like,
There's no
Getting
way.
off.
I don't know. There's an old O&A bit. I don't know if any of you guys have listened to Opie and Anthony back in the day, but they. Never mind. You know what? Let's not get into that. It was some race play shit, and it was bad. Let's just get on to that.
YouTube's gonna fucking
Look
shadow
up,
ban this.
Look up
heavy.
Louis C.K., Opie and Anthony race play.
Yeah,
and
just watch this other thing that's better than this.
Sorry, actually, don't look that up.
No, pull it up. What's his name? Joe Rogan's assistant? Pull it up.
Jamie.
We need a Jamie.
Yeah.
I actually,
I'm the Jamie.
our roommate Richard, who's hiding in this room over here, acting like we're not over here doing the greatest show of all time. I told him today, I was like, quit your job, come down here, be our producer,
Nice.
and then just be an Uber driver.
Hell yeah.
And
Jamie/Uber driver.
Bro, here's the thing. I quit my job recently because I fucking was depressed and I had to start Uber driving. But
Flex.
you straight up can just riff in the car with
Yeah.
strangers. I get laughs, not from the
Nice.
highest like intellectual people in the country, but I don't
You'll
care.
get there.
I
You'll
don't
get
care
there.
who's laughing. If some random white dude is laughing, it's a win.
It has been a whole week. Do you have any updates on the Uber? Any interesting passengers?
Okay.
Or,
I've been taking short trips because I got an electric car and I don't want to burn the miles. And technically, you get a better rate when you do short trips. So if you do a mile for $5, that's good. And then if he tips you $1, that's fucking a 20% tip. So you just
you're not answering my
okay. I'm speeding up. So I took a short trip. Some guy. First off, he comes outside. I'm parked right there, and he calls me, and he's like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, making eye contact with him. I'm like, "I'm right here, dude." So he's not observant. He gets in the car.
Because they tell you what type of car.
Right.
it is on
I'm
the
like,
app.
it's not whatever.
Is it the middle of the night?
It's dark.
Okay.
And he's black, so I couldn't see him.
Oh, okay. That's a mutual. All right, mutual
So-
confusion.
But the car is like fucking silver, like it's shining. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Anyways, he gets in the car and I start driving, and he goes, "No music."
whoa!
I'm driving a mile.
You should immediately put on the California Girls from Rush Hour in that moment.
Hell yeah.
Don't ever touch a black man's radio. That's my Chris Tucker. I'm driving a mile, dude. Just fucking look at your phone and stop being a bitch. But I'm like, oh, I could play some music, and then I go to play music, and he's like, play Tyler the Creator.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a hater because you're fucking lame and you're acting real strange.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good suggestion, man. Tyler the Creator, he's impressive. Damn, yo, he could jam. He's on there, yo. You gotta understand.
Tyler the Creator, hella gay, serving waiters, but more than the carne, he's serving pito. Yeah, we about to punk your ass like Debo.
I'm pretty sure Tyler is bi, and that's fine. But listen, I didn't like this guy that was sitting in the back of my fly ass whip. I wanted to fucking feed him to the dicks.
Tyler the Creator, more like Byler the Creator, because he's bi, I guess. I just learned that. That's cool, in fact. Yeah, and Tyler the Creator, that dude can rap.
That dude can rap. That dude can clap. That dude could spit the historical facts.
Listen, old Tyler, I was fine with. Like you could do a pre, whatever. I don't know all the albums. Pre Cherry Bomb, before Cherry Bomb, he was fine. Cherry Bomb was a flop in my opinion, and then the Flower Boy shit was with the gay controversy. Whatever. This dude is playing new Tyler, which to me is gay and condescending. Like he said gay, not condescending, but it's condescending.
It's still really good music, bro. Like Tyler the Creator.
You don't listen to Tyler the Creator. What the fuck are you doing right now?
I know. I've heard the album. I've listened to the album.
Okay, but it's not,
I know it's really good.
It's technically good, but I don't enjoy listening to it. And people who do enjoy listening to it, in my opinion, are not fucking smart enough. People,
you're sounding like DJ Khaled right now.
The point is,
bro. It's too mysterious for David's ass.
I went to play fucking lo-fi beats, and he was like, play Tyler, and I was like, oh, I don't know what Tyler he wants. Like, if I play Yonkers,
no, you should have immediately played old Tyler.
I was gonna play old Tyler, but then he was like, let me pick a song. So I fucking hand this dude my phone. This man who was probably fucking fisting his ass a moment ago is touching my fucking phone.
That's a good assumption.
And then he starts playing new Tyler, and since we're so close to the destination, the GPS keeps interrupting the song. So it's like Tyler's like, yeah, I fucking fuck a guy, and I'm gay. And then all of a sudden it's like, turn left on Marietta. And then I turn, and then it's like, yeah, I used to love dudes before, but now I still do.
You should have
make a left.
Why don't you have the aux available for them to plug their own phone into?
Because it's a fucking weird, like Tesla knockoff. So like there is no aux. Like you only play music through CarPlay or Bluetooth.
There's there's literally no way that any sort of connection could be made from the phone to the
I could probably get like a USB-C to aux cable and then plug it in that way.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought this was gonna be a better story, bro.
I made it interesting. I made it interesting. What are you fucking talking about? I had a couple things that were interesting the whole way through. Go fuck yourself,
Tyler,
bro.
a guy wanted to play Tyler the Creator in my car. That's the end of the story. I was pissed about it.
All I can think about is like that freestyle he did on Phone Class.
Yeah. Did you guys think about?
Was that the one where he was like, can't see inward in the dark, bark, bark?
No.
It was really
he says fucking butts or something like that at one point.
He goes, me and Flex looking for buff neck N words with like to have hot butt sex.
What made you go with that?
Yeah. No, yeah,
because that's the funniest one that I thought he had on there.
Yes.
Okay, but
because he included Flex. He was hella uncomfortable. He said, "It's me and you looking for buff neck mother to have hot butt sex." He was like, "Yo."
No, black dudes notoriously not comfortable with gay humor.
Yeah,
that is hilarious though. I'm glad he went there. That's kind of a legendary clip.
Right, but it's the most hack thing to fucking freestyle about. Like we fucking.
Well, he did it way better than we do it. We what can I say? I guess that I'm gay. Like that's all we do. He went really hard on the bar.
What are you fucking gay for, Tyler? Why do you keep defending Tyler?
I think that this was a bad faith take on Tyler the Creator. You know what I mean? No, I got to keep you honest here.
No, I think Tyler is fine, and if he wants to be on this podcast, he's more than welcome to. But I'm just like not that.
We got left brain.
Yeah, LB, I fucking love LB. You know what I'm saying? It's my best friend.
Yeah, come on, man. We can't be disparaging friends of former guests live on the pod.
We don't know if they're friends anymore. They don't really hang out.
I'm sure they're still pals.
You think they still hang out?
Yeah. They're probably looking for buff neck.
Say it, dude. Mexicans can say it.
I used to say it. And I grew up with hella black friends, and then I had one black friend that said he was uncomfortable, so I dropped it immediately.
That's all it takes.
That dude sounds like a bitch.
That's kind of my story too, honestly.
He's a white guy for the listeners that are all
straight
audio.
fucking. Yeah, it's way different.
And
bro.
I'm Mexican and Filipino, and we both say it. For
The
the
Filipinos have been heavily oppressed. They get a slur. They get a slur pass.
Dude, yeah.
Oppression gives you a slur pass.
What's that guy's name? Duterte or Duarte or the
Duarte sounds right.
The president of the Philippines right now? He's like a friggin' insane.
No, I heard
evil
he's not the
dictator.
president anymore. There's a new guy that's chill.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Everyone's chill compared to the last guy.
President Marcos. It's the son now. So we had a dictator basically, and he's from Ilocos Norte, which is where my family's from, and my last name is Marcos. So President Marcos, and I don't know if we're related, but I told some Filipino are like, no, you're definitely related to President Marcos. So you need to get segregated because you're an evil motherfucker. I don't trust you. Let me get out of the Uber.
That's a bummer of a last name, man. Goddamn, yo. I hope that the Filipinos understand that this dude is not affiliated. Yo, he's not a hater. Yo, that was just the name that he got when he was created.
Yo, I'm glad you did the Filipino impression. Yo, that made this a real great session. Yeah, I need to find a new expression. Inform. Yeah, I'm not real informed.
I'm not real informed unless it comes to porn. Then, bitch, I'm coming after your daughter with some scorn.
Damn.
I make her mourn because I destroyed the pussy. R.I.P. to the coochie. Yeah, give me some Gucci now.
I'm well informed on the porn, especially the racist type. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, that's where I found my Asian wife.
Hey. Damn. Dude.
Damn, so you were like yelling Oriental or something like that.
What would you type in to get some rate? You know what? Let's not.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not. Let's go ahead and
let's drop that.
I feel like Asians aren't using their slur as much.
What do you think about Joe Coy?
I think he's funny. He's gotten like a lot better than before. You know, like if you watch his special where he went to the Philippines, it was okay. But shout out to my homies that were on there, Andrew Arolfo and Joey Gilla. They're dope.
But like you wouldn't do a fucking hour just talking about the Philippines, right?
No,
because like that's to me what is unfunny. And don't get me wrong, I'm Palestinian, so I fucking think Mo Amer is really funny whenever he talks about
hella funny.
But that's the thing, he talks about Palestine a lot, but he makes it funny to all people.
Right.
Like he has a hummus riff that is insane that people who aren't Palestinian can understand. So I think you need to.
That's important.
Here's my question for you, for both of you. Why are there so many unfunny people doing comedy? And why are there unfunny people doing comedy and being successful? Is it because half of the planet is fucking stupid? Or is it because it doesn't matter if you're funny if you just get up there and fucking yap for an hour?
definitely because there's dumb people. That's one automatically.
So
Two,
they can't even tell that it's hack or whatever.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
And most of the country is dumb as fuck. Like half is dumb as fuck. So they can easily
that's generous.
get.
I'd say maybe like 75%.
See, that's what I mean. Yeah. That was my original number. but I mean, if you look at being a comedian, everybody wants that. If you have a job where you can drink on the job, say anything you want, and people are gonna pay you for it,
and
that's why there's so many.
Stay up late, go to the club. There's women there.
Yeah, I think. Especially with
everybody wants it.
The insurgence of podcasts and popularity over the last 10 years, people are seeing comedians just make a ton of money barely doing anything. And all that they talk about is being comedians on these podcasts too. Like if you tune into any episode of friggin' Two Bears, One Cave or some other shitty California comedian podcast, it's gonna be talking about the previous show or something. And I think that like
that's a perfect example.
Yeah,
I like Tom Segura as a personality, but I shut off his special after 8 minutes.
Damn.
Because I felt so bad watching it.
Really?
Damn.
I watched 3 Katt Williams specials this week. Didn't shut off a single one.
Katt's different.
Yeah.
Right. Katt, you know what's different about him? He's that he's funny. He's fucking funny, and he's not like. Here's the thing. Tom was, I think, funny before. He had better specials before, and now it's
Tom wants to be like a celebrity now.
Exactly.
He wants to be like a streamer.
Regardless of him specifically.
Well, it's because he's in the Illuminati now, player.
Whoa.
Damn, that's a decent cat. What do you think about?
I like the part where he's like, now what's the definition of a plant? I think people forgot what that word means.
Yeah.
Bro, in the World War II, I think this last special was World War III, where his Joe Biden bit, where he's like, Joe Biden is motherfucking 96 years old, bitch. And then the number keeps going up. It's like,
That was hilarious.
well, that's the thing. I didn't realize that because I just watched the interview that he did with fucking Shay Shay or whatever.
Club Shay Shay.
What the fuck is going on with Katt Williams being a genius prodigy? I didn't know that. You hear him say that he read 3,000 books a year for like 5 years from the age of 8 to 12. That's Cap, right?
I was mostly impressed by how he talked about comedy specifically. Like, the way that he talked about writing jokes, you could tell that dude respects the craft so much.
Yeah.
And he takes such offense when people half-ass their comedy and whatnot. Like, he really, like, he gets people to help him with his, like, to come up with the perfect joke and all that stuff. If you're gonna do some shit, you better do it well. Yo, shout out Katt Williams. Yo, you know that dude is swell. I watched that fucking interview on the Shay Shannon Sharp. Yo, that dude is not that great, but the interview was. And that was all because my boy Katt Williams talking crazy. Yeah, you know that Katt Williams, yo, you know he's gonna steal the show every time he's on, and he does a tight 34.
Yeah, I love Katt. Lately, he's been wearing a hat. Goddamn. And a do-rag. Goddamn. What's up with that? Goddamn. I like the old Katt with the perm. New Katt's cool, but, you know, the old one was superb.
Wow. The new one is tight. He's always been hella short, but he's always on the mic, busting jokes, busting flows. Yeah, he got the folks in the seats, and he know that he got a boner and it grows.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
No hetero, bro.
I'm down.
Hey, he said a bunch of shit on
Gay.
he said a bunch. He has a bunch of shit in the interview where he was like, I like having women around me. And if you hanging out with 6 dudes, you know, that's cool. But, you know, I like having pretty ladies around me. He kept on saying shit like that the whole time. I was just like, you know, what's wrong with having a couple dudes around?
He went off in that interview, man. Like, he said some wild shit about a lot of people in comedy, which is kind of crazy. I thought the most egregious thing that came out of that interview was apparently one of Cedric the Entertainer's main bits on the Kings of Comedy DVD
Being stolen, yeah.
was stolen from Katt just blatantly. That he was doing that bit on BET for years before Cedric came out. And I was like, damn, that is rough. That is harsh. And it took almost 30 years before that to come to light, you know?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Here's what I don't understand, dude. Why are there people? Because, like you were saying earlier, you know you're funny. Like the time you're a kid, you make people laugh, this and that. I feel the same way. I feel like I always made people laugh. I feel like I'm naturally a funny person. I don't do comedy. I've tried to do open mics. I go to sleep at fucking 8 p.m. every night. I don't want to. It's too hard. It's very hard.
Going back to what you the question that you had before about why people do comedy, I think that it's similar to why you do comedy. It's because their friends are like, yo, you're so funny.
But their friends are idiots?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have friends that are like, yo, you're so funny, you should do comedy, when really you should just stick to making your coworkers laugh.
Yeah, or they do it themselves. They think that they're funny themselves, and their friends don't check them and be like, yo, honestly, you're not. And the people that really love you will tell you whether shit is real or not.
That's the other thing. It's subjective.
And they're rare.
It's subjective. Like there's people that I don't think are funny that are selling out fucking big rooms, theaters and shit like that, and I'm like, this is embarrassing. But there's all these people that think this is funny. So am I just fucking stupid?
Wait, are you talking about Sebastian Maniscalco?
I think he's entertaining.
I was going off of your embarrassing line.
You
I don't
said
actually
it's
say
subjective.
that.
It's the same thing with music. Like there's music that, like, you know. Okay, let me go back to what I was saying about why.
My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's just that I'm bothered by the fact that you could just try long enough and put together an act and then just get away with it. And it's so frustrating to me. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious. Yeah. No, a lot of comedians feel that same way, but I don't. I just don't focus on that shit because I'm like I'm worried. I'm thinking about my goals, my next move. You know what I mean? My next joke. But if you think that way as a comic, it's like you're wasting time. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
But I do get, again, I totally understand. And from time to time, I'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" And I turn into like an old bitter man. But then I'm like, who gives a fuck?
They're doing.
I'm trying to talk about who's funny or what's my next joke.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I guess since I'm sort of outside of comedy, like this is technically a comedy podcast, or it's a podcast that attempts humor, but being outside of it and seeing so much shit that I just believe is unentertaining.
Yeah.
And I feel so nervous when I turn on a special. Mm-hmm. I'm like, fuck, here we go.
Right.
And I'm at a point now where I only watch specials from like 6 dudes who I trust. It's like Louis, Burr, Katt, fucking Shane Gillis, a few other dudes, and then the other ones I'm like, I don't know if I have the emotional maturity to endure shutting this off.
Are you guys familiar with that murderer comedian who was on Kill Tony like a couple years ago?
Nah.
Yeah, so I was listening to a true crime YouTube video on the drive down from San Diego this morning, and I was familiar with this story before. But this lady, she's like a clinical psychologist. She used to date Drew Carey, so I guess she's in the Hollywood circles. And I guess 10 years prior, she dated this dude who was kind of a psycho. He also considered himself a funny guy, and he was a joke writer and whatnot. And he was on Kill Tony just like a week before going on Kill Tony before I kill my ex-girlfriend. You know me, I'm over here doing this shit super dirty. I'm a murderer and also I'm into comedy.
Whoa, mad respect. I wish I ever had the balls to kill my ex. Yo, cause that fucking was a dumb bitch. And yeah, and everyone before her was as well.
Yeah, fuck my ex. I'm doing better than all of them, man. And her breasts were kind of nice, and I miss them a little bit. Tough, so let's cuddle. Man, fuck that. I'm about to go eat some truffles.
It's a bummer thinking about my ex's breasts. Yo, they were the best in the West. It's time for me to maybe go beat off thinking about them, and then I'll cry and drink a bunch of gin.
When I think about my ex's big boobs, it entices me to make moves on my little dude.
Inspirational titties. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's inspiring tits. It's like better than Tony Robbins is looking at tits.
Tony Robbins probably likes some weird porn. But okay, so this guy, he murders his ex-girlfriend, and he gets arrested for it. There was like security footage of him doing it, and he's on the jail phone talking to his homies, and his friends are taking it way too lightly. Like, they're just like, yeah, man, I guess you're going to prison for the rest of your life. That's crazy.
Like, sometimes you got to kill a bitch.
Yeah, it was literally that kind of shit.
Damn.
And he was like, listen, I have a joke book that you can sell. Like, he was so proud of his own jokes that he's written, and then he says one for them over the prison phone. He's like, yeah, well, one of the jokes is like this. What's it called when she gives you an STD? Or no. What's it called when like she pees on you or something? And the punchline was her peas. And that was what he used. That was what he used to sell this book to his friend over the prison phone. He's like, you can make a killing selling these books.
Okay, let me piggyback off this. Jokes. Do you need to be delusional to push through in comedy?
Absolutely. You can't make it in comedy unless you're delusional. Because if you're spending a year and you go, okay, tonight I'm gonna drive an hour to this show, and they're gonna give me a drink ticket and $10, and you go, oh, I'm on my way to being successful. No, you would absolutely quit right then and there.
Yeah.
And like new comics will tell me like, oh, I'm doing this show, and then they'll be like, how much does it pay? And I'm like, $20. And they're like, oh, they better pay me. And I'm like, you just started, you schmuck ass. You're not entitled to anything.
You're lucky you're not paying to play.
Tell them about the lady we reached out to a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you might have fucking seen this lady.
We don't have to drop her name or anything.
Okay, she does a lot of bits about being Jewish, A lot of Jewish comedy, and you know, she's not huge. Like, she has some followers, but like she's like around my range of following online, at least. But I think she's working. Like, she gets paid to perform at LA clubs. And I was just like, we've been getting people on that are more reputable, and I was like, this seems like a similar lateral collaboration that would benefit her to an extent. And I was like, yo, this is the show. We'd love to have. She also does music.
Nice.
So it's a perfect, like, funny music is a kind of our genre.
Yeah.
And I send a paragraph, like a chunky paragraph, like kind of putting my heart out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could fucking hear the honesty and genuineness in my shit. And she goes, "What's the rate?"
Bruh.
Like I get wanting to get paid. Be like, hey, thanks for reaching out. I checked out your page. Looks interesting.
I'm curious if there's a budget for the show, for travel or something like that. You know,
the disrespect to be like, what's the rate?
Right.
Like, to not even acknowledge me with a fucking
like she's friggin' Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, like fucking. If the question is what's the rate, I would have talked about the rate.
Right.
If there was a rate, I would have incentivized you in the original message by being like, we'll pay you $200, whatever. And honestly, if she had been like, could you at least throw me $50 or something like that, I would have considered it.
Yeah.
We've paid for Ubers before.
And we pay for like bottles. Like, I've bought bottles to incentivize people, like, hey, thanks for coming out. That's why I asked you. I was like, what are you guys drinking? I would have got a fucking 12-pack or a bottle, whatever, because I'm trying to make people have a good experience.
Right.
But it's just the fact that now she missed out on what could have potentially been a fun experience. She would have got some content. Like, I'm going to edit a couple videos for you, and they're going to look better than the stupid fucking videos that you've been posting that some dumb friend of yours has been editing in Final Cut Pro. Like, literally, you would have benefited. Your page would have increased in quality by participating in this thing, and instead you're like, what's the rate? Plus, she's not even fucking funny. I was just like, hey, I was like, oh, this person.
Therein is the underlying issue is we got to stop reaching out to people who aren't funny.
I need the lighter, actually. I don't know why I'm passing this to you. Here's my problem, dude. And I think you probably understand this. There are people that might not be great acts, but they're great people. And you like them.
There are, to David's point, it's an interesting phenomenon when I see comedians who are better when they're on a podcast than when they're doing a Tide 5 at the fucking stand-up cellar.
Well, yeah, because, like, shit sounds funny in your head, and then you write it down, and then you say it, and you see people frown, and you're like, oh, shit, I think I'm dumb just loud.
I'm dumb just loud, just like this weed. Nah, fuck this, I'm out. Fuck this stage and this producer too. They came through because they see me on YouTube doing tongue fu to your girlfriend. I had that bitch in a whirlwind.
Tongue fu, I'm a dumb fool. Yeah, you should come through. I'll show you that, yo. I'll make you eat some noodles right here, yo. I'm a troll. Every time I spit, yo, it comes from the soul.
It's something that happens also in the music department, bro. People's flows ain't that dope, but you like them. You're like, you don't, and you invite them.
Yeah, comics get, a lot of people get entitlement very, very quickly from like nothing. Sometimes you work with comics and they could be like not even established. Like you said, that's a perfect example right there. But then you can have on the other end of the spectrum somebody like, I don't know, Anthony J.R. de Guzman or like my boy Kojo. Like, these are people with over 300,000 followers, and I'll DM them or text them, and they'll get back in less than a minute. And they'll be the same type of person that would be like, take my room, bro. And I'm like, no, I'll sleep on the couch. No, I promise you, take my room, please. Like, that type of person. So, it's people that forget what they went through, and then there's others that are like, no, I remember. And
I like that shit. That's cool. Being able to help out, like they're also probably used to getting the nice room. You know, they can handle a night and let the homie take it for the evening.
You know what the other thing is too, that I think the internet has catered this sense of entitlement because there's this potential for virality from any fucking lunatic that puts out something that engages people via social media. So you all of a sudden think, oh, I don't gotta learn new skills.
That was another thing I was
Right.
watching on the drive down from San Diego today. A little mini documentary about 15 minutes of fame and how it affects people and what they do to try and like capitalize on it. They use the Island Boys as a pretty big example. How like they got famous off of that shitty song in the hot tub.
Yeah.
And now literally in order to maintain
They
that
have to make out.
They have to kiss each other and
God
do incest only fans and shit. That's so dark.
That is, I mean, those dudes are also like mentally disabled.
Yeah,
If
they're
you look at-
retarded for
You can
sure.
like see it. You can see it on their face.
Yeah, you look in their eyes
Yeah.
and there's nothing behind those eyes.
Yeah.
It's just blank.
What's the Australian comedy scene look like?
It's actually not bad. Like, I'm not like up there just yet. I'm still like.
Yeah, you're working.
Yeah.
That's why you're on this pod. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to get you.
If not, you would have been like, hey, what's the rate?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not bad. That's all I can say about it.
Okay.
bad.
Well, do you have like enough opportunity to get on stage? Or
Oh
is
yeah,
it-
for sure.
Okay.
There's more rooms opening up at the moment, so.
I feel like a lot of big acts from the U.S. are going over there and fucking doing a bunch of shows. So it's like creating this sort of environment over there, and also the internet.
There's like an Australian Ricky Gervais, right? I can't remember his name right now, but there's like the guy, right, for Australia.
Jim
and
Jeffries?
comedy. I guess, yeah, you could say. Isn't Jim Jeffries from England though?
Am I wrong? I thought.
No, he's Australian.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay, but there's another guy that isn't Jim Jeffries. I know Jim Jeffries, but I can't remember his name.
Carl Barron.
That might be it. Is he an older dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Does he do a good Russell Crowe impression? That's where I heard him from.
Sure.
He's got a bit where he does an impression of.
That's the only thing I know about him. I was like, kind of trying to learn how to do a Russell Crowe impression.
Yeah.
And so I was looking up other impressions because that's how you get an impression. Someone else has already cracked it. You know what I mean? So
Russell
then you
Crowe,
go.
that'll be hard.
Yeah, right. Because you got to do. It's almost like you got to do Jason Statham, but then also with an Australian
You would
accent.
I would just
Yeah.
be doing Gladiator. You know what I'm saying? Like if I attempted to.
no, but that's not it. You're trying to do Russell Crowe. You're not trying to do whatever his name.
I'm not
was in
saying I'd be
Gladiator.
doing the best one. I'm saying that would be my strategy.
Yeah, I wish I could.
What's better about Australia than here? Like, why should people leave America to go to Australia?
The weather.
Sell me Australia.
The weather.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you fucking in Long Beach right now? What are you talking about?
The weather's been kind of shit today, though, Loki.
Yeah.
The beaches.
The bitches.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
The beach.
Well, the beaches. But the beaches are some of the best in the world, for real.
I believe that.
And the bitches. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beaches and bitches.
I've always wanted to go to
Oh my
Australia.
God.
I actually almost went to college in Australia. I used to
tell 'em the truth.
I almost went to Hillsong College in Australia. Yeah,
Where is that?
Hillsong is
You obviously weren't brainwashed as a child.
Hillsong is a Christian university. In
Anybody
Australia,
listening to this who has ever been involved in any type of modern Christianity that has been westernized has listened to Hillsong music.
Hillsong has basically written every modern hymn that you've ever heard.
This church is like super like fucking fundamentalist, but they're very modern, and so they started paying like professional musicians to write music, and then they basically make pop hits, but instead of being about love, it's about the love of Christ. Yeah, I'm feeling nice.
Damn.
When I'm on my knees praying
Okay.
to the Holy Spirit, yeah, the Trinity. Yeah, I'm eating cheese in front of a priest.
Yo, shout out God. That dude is hella ripped. I love
Oh,
God.
God.
Yo, yeah, he's on that tip. Shout out God. I love that dude. Yeah, I don't want to be rude. Yo, shout out God. That's true.
Shout out God, that's true. I'm on my way, come through. Yeah, the Lord is in me, and that's my destiny. Cause I gotta pray on my knees. Nothing in my life is incomplete because of you, God.
I really thought that you were gonna do your Drake impression. Yeah, I'm feeling real good during the session.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, did I mention? Go ahead.
Damn.
Smoking lead.
We'll get it on the next one.
All right, we'll go
The
Drake
next
on the
thing
next
that's
one.
even remotely Drake.
No, that was the one. It's
Oh, okay, my
That
bad.
sounded like a
No,
Drake.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm just playing.
Oh, Lord.
That's good.
you
That's
go.
good. Damn.
All right, we'll get it. Who else sounded like this? All right, let's go.
That kind of sounded like The Game.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Although The Game and Drake do have a really good song together. I like that.
No,
100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it 8 less than 8 more than 92. They do some math and
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
What is coming up for you in comedy, or like what are things that you're like excited about that you're doing, that you're working on? Like, what's the positivity and hope for the future?
So I'm just starting to properly headline, where the club is like, all right, so there's a different, when you first start comedy, the first few years, it could
You're eating
be a
bag of
long
dicks.
time.
Yeah.
You're eating dicks, and then you eat less dicks, and then you stop, and you get okay, you get nice with it, and then you start getting paid, and then you're funny, and then you get to the business part. I'm entering the business part.
Are you self-managed?
Yeah.
I think that's okay for now.
Yeah, it's okay for now, because they're just gonna take a cut if you get a manager or agent.
No. People used to have managers and agents because they didn't have fucking Instagram,
right?
and now you can just react to fucking content and sell tickets.
Yeah, but that's the hard part, is if you're trying to sell tickets everywhere. So I went to Arizona, headline San Jose Improv. I'm headlining in April, Sacramento headline. So it's different when they're like, all right, you're the face now, and we're counting on your fans to pull up and them to buy tickets.
So the pressure of the profitability of the club is on.
Right. We're talking about 5 shows, where you're talking about 300-seat venue for 5 shows. So 5, 10, 15. You're talking about moving 1,500 tickets. So and if you don't, you look like a fucking idiot.
So you're desperately making
and
content.
now, do you get to pick who you're performing with? Like, do you reach out to people and be like, hey, can we do this show together? And
yeah, that's the cool part. When you get to that level where you're the headliner, you get to call the shots now. You could book whoever you want as your opener.
Yeah, okay.
Then, that helps with getting people in the seats.
So is Yetta opening?
I don't even live here.
But he could, of course. Yeah,
Have you done some sets since you've been on the mainland?
I had a chance to do one in Nashville, but I flaked.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Man,
well,
why?
Being a little bitch.
Is that why?
Exactly.
Bro, there's this place in LA, in fucking Hollywood, called Fourth Wall Comedy, where you can pay $5 to get on, and they'll let you film, they'll let you do whatever.
Yep, that's where I bombed.
My first time, it went pretty well, actually.
Nice.
First
I
time,
was surprised.
Fucking Alex saw it happen.
I was like, I'm definitely gonna do better than David, and he smoked me.
It was a fucking story, and I had a couple of fucking tags in there, so the story went well. But other times I've gone and just bombed, and I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Oh, there was one time where I pulled up and didn't want to do it so bad, and I turned around and was like walking back to my car, just like, I don't want to endure this suffering. It's like going to the gym, but instead of just working out, all these people are watching you and you're shirtless.
Yeah.
It's like that's how it feels like. And then I was like, no, I need to do this. And I went back, and it was the saddest hour I've ever experienced. Damn. Even though I felt proud of myself for turning around and going back, it was like a 2 p.m. mic.
Ugh.
All these people who are unemployed are over here like being not funny. One guy was funny.
That means that it's guaranteed it's only comics in that room.
Did you do 1 hour, you said?
No, I did fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was like,
there's an hour slot, and in that slot, that's where people perform.
Yeah, and you have to support all these other people, and I did fine. It wasn't like incredible, but it wasn't like completely humiliating. But because of that, I remember there was a period of time where we moved to LA, and I was like, that's it, I'm doing this. And then I consciously was like, nah, just do the music thing, dog. Because you could do music in the afternoon by yourself in your house, and you don't. I'm very like, I've talked shit about bad comedy, but I obviously respect the people that are willing to endure and get up there, and because it's fucking grueling. So
it's worse if you're bad. Like, so there's even more reason to respect bad comedians. They have to get up there every single night and bomb and just be terrible and endure just the silence and the obviously fake mutterings of encouragement.
So with the headlining, you feel like the pressure is on to sell tickets. Like, is collaborating with a decent opener that has a decent following something that is helpful with that?
I feel like that's got to be the move.
Yeah, it's a good move. It's a smart tactic, obviously. Like my boy Jack. Shout out to my boy Jack. He does that shit. He collabs with Steven from Milpitas, and that works, you bitch.
Yeah. Shout out Jack. not the samurai. Ooh, yeah, I'm feeling fine. Smoking on the grass. Yeah, I puff pass. Never went to class because my IQ was ass. It was bad.
Shout out Jack, that's my connect. He's not hacked.
Shout out.
I go over here and I make him laugh, and that's a fact, bro.
That's a fact, yeah. Drake is back on Young Money, about to get in that ass. Oh yeah, shout out to Smart Water. I'm drinking that shit. I'ma go harder.
I go harder off the smart water. With your daughter. Every beat a slaughter. Yeah, shout out my
Whoa.
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 Actually, I'd usually drink Essentia, so fucking chill out, dude.
Nice.
All right. We don't need to bring up alkaline beef.
Yeah, no, that's the dumbest thing to have a loyalty to a water. I thought that would be funny. Obviously, it wasn't.
Yeah, Jack
dude,
Jr. Jack Jr. is the son of the owner of the comedy club, of the Ha Ha Club in
Okay.
North Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he brought Steven, who does those videos, Tips from the ER.
Okay.
And he has like 1 million followers. So he brought him as his opener. They shared their fans together.
Yep.
He laced him up on how to do, better comedy when he started. And yeah, so now Jack's doing well.
How do
it
you
works.
how do you feel about people who become successful online shifting into comedy? Like, do you think they
It's hilarious.
okay? Is it well? What I've heard is that they can sell a first round of tickets, and then it's so bad that they can't get people to come back. That's the main downside. But also that you're putting yourself out there at a very low skill level. Like you're a person who's been doing comedy fucking 10 years. They get up there and they know what they're doing at least. Whereas you're doing skits on your phone and now you sell a bunch of tickets. Like, what about, I think those people, and this is just my opinion, should be doing a different kind of show and not doing comedy. Like,
They should be doing like a Whose Line
what
Is It
could we
Anyway
do? What could
of-
we do live that would make it not embarrassing because we, for some reason, think we have to do comedy? Like, how could we do something live?
Yeah, you could do like a live podcast,
Yeah,
a
just-
Q&A,
It would
a
just be
meet and
this
greet.
live,
yeah.
yeah.
But for them to try stand up and then they have no respect for the craft, it's just hilarious and it's terrible. And they learn their lesson, but they should, like you said, that's the best way to do it, is do something else, because you're going to suck unless you actually try. That's different. But even then, I would work on my stand-up, and then invite your fans to the show, because you don't want to
Okay.
look like an idiot.
So instead of like going for a cash grab and start selling tickets immediately, you're like, all right, let me start practicing. Let me start getting better.
Yeah, so like there's a perfect example. My boy Connor, he's a Canada guy, and he has these viral videos doing the one-up guy. He plays this character.
Okay.
Where he's like, "Oh, you bought a new car? Oh, interesting." And he acts like he's using a napkin to wipe his mouth. He's like, "Oh, it's a used car. Oh, so that's not a new car. Okay, so it's used. Okay, so did you get like from the junkyard or?" Cheryl, what did we get? We got a Ferrari. That's right. Oh, that thing must have cost me. Let me see. He just does this condescending character. Viral. And I hit him up. I was like, yo, are you going to do stand-up? And he was like, yeah, I've actually just started, man. And, like, he hasn't invited his fans to that shit. He's respecting the craft. He's going to the shitty open mics. And then when it's time, he'll invite them. And I told him, when you're ready, you can come out to Cali and we'll tour together.
The problem is really just, like, monetizing that virality somehow.
Right.
And I think that's what pressures people into throwing stand-up shows immediately. They're like, I need to get this bag real quick. But realistically, you should just, I think somebody who builds a viral fan base should just fucking throw on that subscription button on Instagram and be like, all right, here you go. And then I'll do an extra video a week just for you guys.
Yeah.
And then do stand-up properly for a couple years. Because I feel like if you have a fan base, it might not take 10 years. Because
Right.
now you get to speak to people who already respect you. Maybe you won't be as good because you don't endure and suffer.
Yeah.
But I feel like you get to skip just a few steps.
Yeah, I think they should just do whatever got them there. If they could find a way to translate that into a live show, then you'll be golden. That's what they came to see. So if you give them what they wanted, you're going to be golden.
Like Miranda sings.
Oh, yeah. that ukulele song was fire. Yeah, no, I have hopes and dreams of one day doing this live. I just don't understand how we would just talk to each other and not acknowledge these people.
That's the thing. I think it would actually, there would be an element to it that we would just have to get up and do it. we'd say screw it. We'd be up there with them motherfucking microphones doing that shit, and we'd be like already knowing they like doing.
Okay, so if they like us, then I won't feel so lame. I'd be like, hey, thanks for coming out today. And by coming out, I don't mean being gay. Oh yeah, that slays. Yeah, I ain't never played when it comes to this freestyle thing.
This freestyle thing is nice, especially when you include the crowd. Like, look at my Asian homie, I bet you he likes rice.
Do crowd work.
Chicken adobo. Look at my flow though. We gotta go, bro. I'm about to go pick up my sandwich at Togo's. I gotta get some mo though.
Yo, I gotta work on my crowd work, or else I'ma look like a jerk.
Ooh.
I'm gonna see someone and just immediately let it all spurt out my mouth.
Are you guys together? Oh yeah. What do you do for work? Yeah, you.
I'd be like, oh, are you guys together? What are you, gay?
You could do some Harry Mack shit where you include the audience, so
Bro.
you can have the audience give you things to freestyle about.
He's a big fan.
It's so important to me that you brought up Harry Mack right now, because I hashtag Harry Mack in every video that we post.
Yeah.
Because there is no one else that I can think of that is actually freestyling.
Yeah. To that level.
But he's doing it. He's being more serious. And he's like demonstrating that it's off the top by incorporating the person. And he obviously has like a formula that where he's like, okay, tell me something, and now I think of the word that rhymes with it, and then I say that word first, and then I reveal the rhyme that you suggested because I already have like a setup thing. But there's this viral video of Harry recently where he shows you how he can change the rhyme from landing on which bar of the rhythm. So he rhymes with the first of each four, and then he rhymes with the second of each. I'm gonna link the video in the description.
Got a whole
Stop
formula.
watching the show and go watch Harry Mack. No, I'm kidding.
More like Harry Sack.
So
Hell yeah.
he's got
that's what I'm talking
big
about.
balls on that dude for sure.
He doesn't shave.
What do you think is the move when it comes to getting an agent or a manager, or do you think you're just going to be independent? I feel like in comedy, people aren't independent usually.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to keep my head down and get as good as I can. And then, like, I noticed in the early years for me too, is like I would make the mistake of like reaching out to get this, and this. But if you could just keep your head down and just craft, a manager will come, an agent will come, your tour will come. You'll get the colleges, the cruise ships,
I
and
just
you'll
feel
make
like
a lot of money.
I feel like when they come, you don't need them. Like
Exactly,
I feel like
exactly.
they came because you have something that they can take from you.
Yeah.
It's usually not that they can improve your shit. At that point, you usually have a monetizable asset, and because you have the resource of the internet, you could just get the bag fully for yourself. You could hire your own dudes. You could be like, fucking Yetta now is gonna answer your emails or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? You don't need fucking, I don't know. I see people doing music being independent much more because of streaming revenue. So if you get 1 million streams, it's like $4,000 a month. You don't even need to do shows at that point.
Yeah.
And saying fuck a record deal, fuck a label, because let me just keep all the money.
Before that, I think we need to get some coasters that are actually soft, because I just saw Yetta ever so gingerly put his cup down, so not to make any noise whatsoever. And I appreciate
that's very
that.
thoughtful,
But
dude.
you know what? Maybe we need to take that into account and get some soft ass coasters for our
An
table.
American black man would have slammed that.
Yeah, velvety one. Suede.
What's the next show coming up, or what's happening that you want the people to go check out?
Well, I'm going back to Australia on Tuesday to go do my show, Too Horny to Be Famous.
Damn,
And,
we have like 2% fan base in Australia based on the analytics. So the two of you.
Yeah, Perth Fringe, Adelaide Fringe. I'll be there the whole time, 2 months, and then I'm gonna go tour in Southeast Asia.
I have a really good impression. It's Perth Vader. I'm your father. That's it.
That's pretty
Right?
good. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Let me shout you out some beats really quick, because those dudes fucking did a pretty good job this week. Some would say I did a good job because I located them.
You didn't make the beats.
Whatever. I lined them up. I'm like the DJ. Loyalty by Grado Cero. Ain't Easy by Mabs. Message by Piper Beats. Dealt With by Lethal Needle. Ghost by Gap Beats. Sky High by Lex Factor. Mission Bay by Player Beats. True Religion by Manuel. Blue by Bailey Daniel. Nothing Else Matters by CDs. Cannot Stop by Slaughter Beats. Break the Rules by 18. Follow these guys. I'm going to put the links in the description. Go to patreon.com/Dome with bamfomania if you want to get early access to episodes and just support the show. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment. Whatever. And
Hell yeah.
Go fucking watch Frankie in Southeast Asia and Australia. And what
San
about
Jose
you?
Improv, April 24th, San Jose Improv headlining.
San Jose Improv in April. I'm hoping we're gonna chop up some clips and then fucking we're gonna go super viral, and then Frankie's gonna be headlining theaters.
How about you, Yeti? You got anything the listeners should look out for?
Don't look out.
Don't look out. Okay. Forget he was on here.
Frankie was like, I'm gonna have my homie come with. I was like, yeah, for sure. Send me his Instagram. And fucking Yetta has 4 posts.
Okay, so he's low key. He's
he
keeping
said,
it on
he
the
said,
DL.
fuck marketing. I'm gonna do comedy on the beach in Australia.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well,
yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
you
we
guys.
appreciate you guys being on. We know it's far from where you were at, so we appreciate it.
Oh, it's all good. Thanks for having me, man.
We'll see you next week, folks.